Reporting today from the observation tents. It is Monday, and on Mondays, 3 or 4 weeks ago, I started pulling some summer crops into a tent, into 3 tent settings. And I decided that I was going to put on my research hat and I was going to conduct some observational research on how things are doing in their environment. So, by that, I mean things that grow in bags are in one tent, things that grow in the ground are in another tent, and things that are growing in the patio containers are in another tent. So I'm here. It is Report Monday, and I am super excited because things are so good right now in the space that I want to share with you what's happening right here in the garden. So super excited about doing agricultural studies because hey, like my professor always said, once you get the PhD, baby, you can do research about anything. And so I'm super excited about using methods of observation to test and to observe whether something is working or not working, removing the bias just by observation and reporting live what you can see as well. So I'm going to take you into tent one. As we move into the garden, we're going to head over to tent space number one, which is this covered tent, completely covered tent with a hardcore plastic screens with a couple of windows on each side and a couple of doors on each side. In this tent is our summer crops. And you guys, it is kind of warm in here, and it was a pretty cold night last night. And we're looking at basil. We're looking at tomatoes. Looky. Yes, yes, and yes, we're looking at tomatoes that are doing very well. They're nice and green and don't look like they're going to the bad. They're still growing on both sides. I wish I could turn this around a little because I can see a lot from outdoors because I'm in the garden all the time. But looky. Everything is looking good. This is week number 3 of our observation tent, and wow, new babies are forming over there. These leaves are a little yellow, but what I can say is that these leaves were kind of yellow when I came in the tent anyway. So I'm needing to try to figure out what's missing from the container. This is the container. This is all container in this tent. All container in this particular tent. So we're talking about temperatures down to 30 last night. And this is we have, I discovered something yesterday that really got me to thinking. Let me close this so I can keep my heat in while we're in here. Um, because we want to keep the cold out. It is 60 degrees today. So the temperatures are 10 degrees lower than they were yesterday, which was at 77. Now, what I am seeing is a little bit of spottiness, which could indicate some type of frost, right there, or some type of too cold right there. So there's that. Now, I was studying something called thermo heat. Now I'm looking at this nice green plant, and we'll talk a little bit more of that when I get ready to walk out of this tent because I want to stay focused. But we have beautiful tomatoes still growing here, and we have plenty of new flowers. So in this particular observation tent again is mostly summer crops, tropicals, citrus, peppers, uh, and at the base of these is also cold weather vegetables as well, like your collards, broccoli, kale. Not much kale, but um, more broccoli and collards than anything. So we're back on this side in the tomato range. Again, it is 60 degrees here. We got down to 30 last night, which was really relatively cold for us. But again, what am I noticing? Some light spotting, and I noticed that that leaf fell off, like it just fell off. So that could be an indicator that I might need to start taking some in so I don't lose the entire batch. So I am thinking about that and maybe leaving one or two out here to observe because that'll give us plenty of basil. So the basil, you know, does not like cold at all. It is not cold hardy. It's going to die. But what I did was I planted cold weather vegetables underneath so that when I cut the branches, when I decide to just go ahead and take this up, then I will have cold weather vegetables in this pot already. So, hey there, Judson. Good to see you. Um, Now, again, these habaneros, they just hanging on, y'all. They red. It's actually time to take them off because I'm seeing some little deterioration here. In this one, these are red, riper than ripe. I just need to get on my game and get out here and get them. The collards back here are looking good. We have one yellow leaf down there, probably just a little bit too much water, which I only water in this tent once a week. So, but because they're bags, you have to make sure that you keep them moist. But looky, this here, right here, y'all. I'm telling you, this is just a beautiful sight to me. Look at all these tomatoes. I don't see any new blooms on this particular plant. No, that can't be true because here's the other part. Here's the other part of that. Here's so it has this one has four branches down at the bottom. So this is a really big tomato plant. May not see any. Oh, I do see flowers here, right there, and I see new ones growing here. And I see some popping in over there. So it's fairly warm in here. I'm loving that. But look at the blooms. Nice plants. This is our observation tent for summer crops because it's 30 here. Or 60 degrees but 30 at night. So we're observing to see whether we can keep the summer crops alive. This is a test, observation test. These tomatoes are looking good, but look like they're splitting a little. Maybe need to back off of the water. I see some yellowing back here, but just like every tomato plant, you have to still come in and cut them back. But I am concerned about these little brown spots. So I think that's a little frost. The avocado is doing absolutely wonderful in here. It hates the cold weather as well, but it is doing beautiful. So I'm very excited about that. Let's get back to these tomatoes. So I told you that that plant did not have many new leaves, but its other branch does. So there's many branches to this particular plant, and it has a lot of new blooms, and it has a lot of new blooms down there. So I am seeing new blooms. Let's see if I can get to it so you can see it. I am seeing new blooms. I am seeing the tomatoes are doing well. They're growing. So I love that for us. This one is a single plant here that also I need to probably pull this up and tie it up because that tomato looks heavy. There's a tomato right here. And looks like we're going to need to give it some support because it's heavy. It's gonna break if we don't give it some support soon. So today we will give it some. Look at it though. It's really nice sized tomato. It's doing well here in the tent. Let's hope it holds on until I get back in here. We also have new blooms. New blooms. So I'm really excited about that. So that is our tomato. Oh wait, that's not it for our tomatoes. We got another tomato I brought in here the other day over here. I bought these in. They were stragglers. So I just said, well, let's bring the stragglers too. Let's bring the stragglers on in. And let's see how they do. And they are actually getting new blooms. So they're in a nice sized pot. So they are okay. Back over here to our herb section. Remember that these plants are also keeping each other warm because there's so many of them. So whenever you plant plants together like that, they create heat as well. All right. Thank you, Judson. So here again, we have another two more basil plants. And again, like I said, I'm starting to see a little bit of spotting on the leaves. So I'm going to start cutting them back so that I don't lose them. Again, there are lots of green plants back here. Love that for me. So this is the observation tent number 1. This is the pepper plant that we were looking at. Let's see how it's doing. Oh, there's a basil in this little patio. Oh, so this is a patio basil, y'all, that's in this pot. It's in the pot. These are patio basils in this pot, and they are growing. And they're in here with these peppers. Let's see what that pepper's doing down there. It's like on the ground. But anyway, the basil that's right next to it is coming up and doing just fine. So there's no more except these two. One's coming in here and a flower. So that's what we're doing there. Let's go over here. I got this area stuffed with plastic because this is my covers from outside. Now this is the pepper zone. This is the pepper zone, and I'm going to go around because I want you all to see what is really happening back here in the pepper zone. We got some ripening peppers. Look at that. We got lots of peppers on this plant. Lots and lots of them just dangling, right? And bunches of new leaves. So this plant is really thriving in here. Again, it also has these beautiful leaves here, greens at the bottom, because again, I wanted to make sure that if I had to cut the summer crop out, that I would be able to continue the use of the bag. In this one, here's another pepper plant. It's just got new leaves everywhere. I see peppers coming in. Let's see, are there any more on this one? I see peppers back there on a pepper plant. There's a pepper plant back there is doing well as well. So wow. And the greens within these frames are doing awesome. This broccoli is doing awesome in here. It's very cool, but it's not so cool that it can't survive. Green peppers are doing well. I know there was 2 or 3. Yep, still hanging in there. Probably my biggest peppers yet because I did not have a good pepper season. We have a lot of new blooms. Look at that. A lot of new blooms coming in. Flowers, blooms. I'm loving that. So these are our test plants just to see if they can thrive. Our pepper is doing well. What I'm noticing, again, over here is another herbaceous plant. This is again another one of our basil plants. We've got 5 or 6 of them in here, and they're all doing well, with the exception of a little tiny bit of brownness on them, which suggests that the coolness may be getting to them a little bit, but we're going to see, okay? We're going to see. So this one is yellowing a little bit. I noticed that there's leaves are falling off down here. So it's losing leaves. That's what I'm noticing, that it is losing leaves. And its collard green companion is doing fine. This particular citrus has not greened up yet. My clementine went through transplant shock. And it's not fully back to itself yet, but it hasn't lost any fruit. It has not lost its fruit. So that's a good sign that I got it out of there just in time, because It is still this thing will fruit all through the winter. So I've no I this is from last year and it will fruit all winter. The lemon tree is doing well. The lemons are finally yellowing, so it's best for them to yellow while on the vine. So we have several of them. I thought this was a lime at first, but it is definitely a lemon. So this is tint number 1. This is our citrus. Citrus leaves are still growing by leaps and bounds, so I'm excited about that. They're not as yellowing like they were before, so I don't really know what was happening because the leaf is not loose. It's not no pest pressure on it. Um this is a house plant, y'all, and it's surviving too. These are one of my propagated plants and it is doing very well. Another citrus plant back here. Again, this one, it's in a really big pot, these two. But I still, again, have this unexplained yellowing of the leaves, and I see some pests on this one, but it doesn't look bad. This is the palm. It's doing well. It's got a little bit of spotting on its leaves. Not sure what that is. Could be frosty, but it's still standing and it's got some new shoots, couple new shoots. I'm excited about that. Um, Now, what I'm noticing is this one had a couple of new leaves. This aloe vera had a couple new leaves, but look, one of them is damaged now. So I'm not sure if that's pest, but it looked like it was a pest because it looks like one of those scissor pests that come in and cut the leaves up because those were brand new baby leaves. This plant is an annual. It will die in the winter, but so far here in the tent, it's still doing well and it's got new trumpets. This is another green pepper here with brand new leaves and peppers. And peppers. So I'm super excited. It's doing well. It's got a baby here. Yep. Again, they all have collards in them. So if we have to cut these down in an emergency, we will still have pots that will just keep going. So this is test tent number 1, you guys. It's nice and warm in here right now, so I'm going to be doing something different in this tent today because I learned something about thermal heat and putting in what I eventually had wanted to do anyway was I wanted to surround this patio with rocks, pebbles. And so I didn't get it done, but what I learned is that those rocks hold heat. Another thing is because these are in bags, these bags also emit warmth. So that's a really good thing as well. Now that's something about thermodynamics that I learned. And I was like, wow, I didn't know that. But another thing to do is to put barrels of water or containers of water in here, maybe in these empty corners over here, maybe back here I could put some water containers because what will happen is the water will get warm during the day from the sun, and then at night it will give off heat because it will freeze but be wanting to give off the heat somewhere. So it'll give off the heat to the tented area. So I'm going to be doing a couple of things in here. Just because this is a bag tent, this is the one natural environment for bags. It's just a covered tent, right? But these are all bags. These are all plants that are growing in their natural environment, and the original intent was bags. All right, let's go to observation tent number 2. And this one is in ground. It's in ground. Okay, hold on. Let me get 1 second, guys. I gotta get the zipper up. Okay, now in observation tent number 2, we talked about it's in ground. It's in ground. It's how the plants are growing. That's it, and that's all. And this tent, let me just show you from an angle, is it's just an old tent that I had. It's an old tent that I had, and I cover them. But this one only has tomatoes and citrus. So let's go under and see what's happening. So I think I can stand up a little bit in here. So in this tent, again, these are, the only thing that's in here is tomatoes. And wow, y'all, they are still doing well. Look at that. They are still doing well, even with the wind chill. Some yellowing here, so we'll cut that off. We'll come in and clean the plant up. Still, the tomatoes are doing well. Look at this. Look. They're doing better than they were doing in the summertime, really, because they didn't give off any tomatoes. Look at that one. Let's see, I wish I could get down in front of it, but I can't. Let's see if there's any activity down here. Yep, look. Oh, wow, look at that. So I'm going to go around. It's getting a little bit of spotting and some yellowing and some crispiness. But let's go. Oh, look at that. Look at that. So this observation tent, again, this is the one that's in the ground. And let's take this. Oh, God, I just broke that. Oh, I just broke it, and it had all those beautiful blooms. Okay, so let's go. Again, we do see some crispiness. We see some crispiness, and we're just gonna take that off. We'll come in here and cut it back so we can see well, because that's the goal. See, observe, right? So we're gonna take those back. This is the in-ground covered tent. It's in ground. All of these are in ground. These are their companion friends. That's keeping the pests. There's not a lot of pests around here anyway right now because it's so cold. It's 60 degrees, but it got down to 30 degrees last night, and they're still doing okay. We're gonna let them hang in there. We're gonna see how long they go. This is week 3. And we're going to look up here, see what's happening at the top of this tent. I actually can stand. I think I may elevate it. I'm looking at getting another one of those other tents over there to cover this for the remainder. And this is going to be the in-ground tent. So I can still measure both at in-ground and see if we can keep it surviving. We'll see, right? But look at here, all these new buds. All these new buds here. Again, they're still growing. And they're not all that. The leaves are cool, but they're not cold. Look at that. Still getting more flowers. Yeah. This is doing nice. It's doing good. Oh boy, it's a bunch of new flowers down there. Down here. Look. Y'all see that? Right here on this one. Can't see it from there, but you can see it from there, I guess. All right. This is The one citrus tree that I left it in the ground, two. The the lime, Mexican lime bush, I left it in the ground to see how well it would do. It's the only one of my citrus lime trees that was in the ground. This is the mandarin orange. I told y'all last year that it got frostbitten to the ground and it came back. So, but this year we're going to see if we can't protect it, keep it from getting burned down, and help it to thrive in this environment, because this is actually the time of year that they actually produce. But because it's cold here, these are not supposed to live in this zone. So yeah, so I have put down some bubble wrap at the base. I've added some straw. Added some straw here, but I am in search of another tomato tower. So I'm going to be going today to see if I can find another tomato tower to completely cover. So I'll put this cover, at least a cage around it, so I can put zip ties and cover it so the plastic won't come off. All right, so let's go to tent number 3. Tent number 3 is our nursery. And in the nursery, the only thing is in there that summer is patio. They are patio veggies. And wait till you see this. I couldn't wait all week to tell y'all, but let's show y'all. We're going to be starting some new seeds in a couple of days, but I want y'all to see this. Look at that. Look at how beautiful they are. Do y'all see all those new buds, new fruits? Let me see. Y'all see? These are the patio ones. Now there's a little bugs in here, I know, because I keep seeing them fly in, and I've heard them, so I know they're here, probably giving these a little fit. But for the most part, they're doing well. They look like they need a little bit of water and maybe a little fertilizer, but for the most part, there's a new baby. And this baby is growing. So these are those patio tomatoes, so they don't get very big. This is the pepper plant alongside this lettuce, which is growing beautifully. But all the peppers are growing. They are all growing nicely. Now, I am concerned because the leaves are curling, so I'll have to look up what that actually means. It might need some sort of nutrient, but this is the patio so patio version. So every single one of my plants, every single observation tent has a different kind of the same summer crop, but in a different environment. Like this particular tent has the patio with the low shallow long pans, long pots. Um, the tent right here, as I've said before, let me close this up to keep the cat. There's a cat that's been around here tearing up things. This particular tent here, again, is all in ground. This tent right here is all bags, all containers. So that's the observation we're observing in their natural environment. This is bags, this is in ground, and that is patio. And by the way, let me show y'all this beautiful garden, beautiful container garden that I got going on outside. It's about 40 bags here that I have got vegetables growing out of. Let's count together. Let's count together. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34, 36, 38, 40. So there's 40 bags in this container garden growing amazing vegetables. Believe it or not, this is a bag, y'all. You can grow whole broccoli in a bag. And she's accompanied by, most of them are accompanied by another vegetable that will continue after it's cut. My collards, I double them up. This is a single bag. This is double. Don't see a head on those yet. This is a double, which could explain because these are double. So we're going to measure that too to see. This has three in them. This bag has three. Two dinosaurs and one Brussels. Two dinosaurs and one Brussels. Two dinosaurs and a Brussels. One dinosaur and a Brussels. This has cabbage and a Russian kale. I started some new seeds at the bottom. So as these grow, we'll have new ones coming in as well. Just to keep the bag going. I'm going to get that out of there. Just put this in yesterday. This is a Brussels or a cabbage. No, that's a Brussels. The leaves are small. I put this Russian in there yesterday. So this is a dinosaur and a Brussels. And this is a cabbage. This is, I think this is a This is a cabbage. Cabbage. This is collards, kale. This is new. This is a new dinosaur. I just believe in putting loads and loads. So just remember that even though it's 40 bags out here, that some of these bags have 2 and 3 plants in them. So think about that as you go. So I was thinking though, what's interesting is that I was thinking about my container garden, and I was like, you know what? If you have to go, you can take every one of these bags and load them on the truck. That was like, okay, that's every good reason, every good reason why you should do container garden, because you can take every single one of them with you, box them up on the truck, and keep going, baby. Listen, those the ones that's not real estate that's in the ground. So important to note, okay? Important to note. While we're at it, we're going to share with you. I'm preparing 24 new bags, which I'm going to prep today for the spring. I'm going to order me some new bags, some more bags, because the more bags you have, the better. You can plant as much food as you want everywhere. So these are some tree collards that died last year, and they are coming back. Look at that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 tree collars in this. This is a pollinator bed. So this is dedicated to my pollinators. Put some blueberries down here. Putting in some things that will last a lifetime. This is my cauliflower and broccoli bed. Not broccoli, but Brussels sprouts, celery, collards, and cauliflower. I put in a new bed yesterday of Brussels sprouts, dinosaur kale, and collards here. This is kohlrabi and collards here. I pulled my potato bed yesterday. I was really disappointed. There wasn't much in there. Was really disappointed. I have to treat this for ants. It has lots of ants in there. Could certainly be a problem. This is here is a cabbage bed. It is looking good. And I put in here A few Brussels. See if you can spot them. I'm going to be putting some straw on this too to protect the ground, keep it warm. So that's something that we are working on. I'm going to leave those leaves right up there in that bed. This is new baby broccoli that I planted from seed. Um, they are doing well. I'm super proud of them. They are coming in nicely, strong, strong broccoli. That's what we're hoping for. This is a broken leaf. Let's take it off before it gets. I think some of them are getting beat up a little bit. They might have got beaten up from that plastic. But they're doing really well. Asparagus is still thriving, but we're gonna wait for those to die away, because we're gonna lay them right here on the ground. This collard bed is doing absolutely amazing. And the one thing you want to do is make sure that you get all the yellowing leaves off, because you don't want any energy put into trying to help them do anything. And besides, they're on the ground, so you want to make sure that you don't leave yellowing leaves around for the snails, because that's how they eat up your plants, the snails. And I just dropped this onto the tarp. I don't like to put them back in the bed, because after the bugs get to them, I don't know. I don't want diseased or any type of disease going back into my soil. So I take all of this off and just let it keep growing. Just let it keep doing what it does. Tomorrow is our fertilizer day. Actually, I might do it today, because it's gonna get colder from here, and I want to keep fertilizing these once a week, because when it gets cold, the ground is going to get cold, and it's going to be hard for them to receive the nutrients that they need. I can't believe this, y'all. Can y'all believe that's a cucumber? Big R, big D. They didn't get no cucumbers this year, and everything I did get was terrible. And it's got a nerve to a cucumber got a nerve to be growing in here. Y'all see that? Got a nerve. I have taken down all of my hibiscus except for one in the orchard, so we're about to take that down today and pull these, and I'm going to put fruit all along here. I'll find another place for my hibiscus um, to grow. I don't know, we may grow them out on these borders right here in the backs of these beds, because they love water and they love heat. But I want um, some more permanent fruit here, so I'm going to be planting some more fruit in this area. Glad to get my walkway back, because I couldn't see it for the longest. but it's back, and this orchard is beautiful. It's winding down. Things are going to sleep, and we'll see it next year. You know, it's time for stuff to look at here. Y'all look. Can y'all see that blackberry? November what? There are still blackberries trying to grow out here. Unbelievable. I'm going to cut this back too, because I cut it back this year and it did so well. But this is the blackberry. God, I cannot believe this. This is more blackberries. Look at that. It is about winter time, and they still pumping out. Look at this. Hold on. Where they do that at? I did put the banana tree. I put that to sleep. We're gonna be working on this vine on the next warm day. I'm gonna be building some warm right here above in this area. I'm going to stake it and build grapevine holders because they can't live in there with that banana because that banana shoots through the roof. But there is some muscadines that are growing in there. I don't know. I might leave it and let it just grow. Let the muscadines grow over top of the trellis and just leave that area for the bananas to go through because they did okay. But I just thought I needed to move that trellis, but I might leave it there. So, anyway, what else do we have to do? We got to clean up this roselle here, get these last calyxes off, which is why I'm not just cutting them. I want to get every drop that I can get off of them. Cut back this blackberry, add some new trees here. I'm going to go today and see if I can find some more that are already growing. And this is my celery bed. I mean, oregano bed. I'm not going to do a lot with this because I love to let the oregano just do what it's doing. This is a blueberry bed, and it's got some more blueberries in here. So I'm just gonna let them grow out of their pot, and I'm gonna treat them accordingly. And this one's getting all new leaves. I don't understand. It is wintertime. I thought that was supposed to be going to sleep, but it's getting all new leaves. I don't know what variety it is. That might help. But these are also grapevines. This is why I have to build a grapevine, a trellis here because these are all. This is a grapevine, and it's just going to get taller and taller next year. So we may have grapes and raspberries mixed together because these raspberries are growing right up here, and I put them up right because um, they just be popping up everywhere. I didn't know how to control those raspberries. But anyway, everybody, that's what we have here on the homestead today. Um, Cleaning up some things. I wish I could burn this fire, start a fire, but I think there's a ban because my pit is loaded. And I covered this area because this area was really beginning to be problematic because of the grass that was growing up. But I covered it with fabric cover. I'm going to cover that entrance so that I don't have to deal with that anymore. Um, I'm going to keep this little trench that I made though open because I think I can put my roselle trees there when they're in season. And I'm going to put the blackberries or blueberries or other vegetables I pick up today where the roselle was because the roselles will keep growing when the blackberries are complete. So, or blueberries or whatever kind of vegetables do you have or fruit you have. But it's always nice to have a lot of fruit. You want to make sure that this area, look, let me show y'all. So I have to collect a little, oh, it's so warm in here. I have to collect a little bit more of these from this bush and I'm going to take that down. And then just, y'all just let the winter do what the winter does. I need to cut back these okra. They still growing. Look, y'all see them babies still growing up there? One of these like to caught some ants, and I'm not sure, but or either ants or aphids. But I'm about to cut that whole thing and burn it somewhere, cause we don't want that living nowhere. And I think I'm gonna work a little bit on the backyard because the rest of this is beautiful. I don't have to do much to it except let stuff grow. I'm thinking about putting hydroponics on the fence on that side so that can grow by water as well. I'm putting in more evergreens along my beds so that we could have, now I can actually see the design. And my goal, this is our deck back here I'm getting ready to cover, um, which will be really, really nice once I cover it, and things will be growing really nicely in there as well. Um, but here is where I'm going to put up my trellises. I'm going to put trellises here, so I can put a hoop, you know, a nice trellis, a nice round trellis here that I can walk through. Um, that this evergreens can grow on. The what do you call these plants? They are jasmine. They love their viney plants. So I'm looking for, this is going to be my vine garden. So I'm excited about that. So I had to name that. This is going to be a vining garden here. All along here will be plants that can grow up on the trellis. Um, and this area, I think I'm going to cut this off at this point because this is a back garden. And I'm going to put this big, I've been trying to figure out where to put it, but it's beautiful and it will give me privacy. It's called maiden grass. And I think I'm just going to put it right here so that as it grows, it just blocks off that entrance because I don't need it. I could walk around. I can walk through the patio, maybe even put a little gate back there to in the back of that. I can put a little patio gate. So just thinking out loud. But yeah, this garden is okay. It's now a pebble garden. So I don't have to worry about no more grass growing up in here. It's all pebbles and now acorns and pebbles. So feed somebody can feed the squirrels. But I don't want them sticking there digging. Feel like they gotta dig up everything to hide. Just come get them. Come get them. So look, you see all that? Those are all acorns. My chickens. Did you know that chickens can eat acorns? I have so many acorns in my yard. I love that because that's a food for my chickens. Yeah, so that wisteria is going to go through the winter. It's doing well. It lost a lot of leaves, but I'm keeping it in that pot because I understand that wisteria will take over your entire yard. So I've doing some maintenance. Oh, the other thing is this bed. I'm going to have to put in some, once the leaves finish falling, I'm going to mulch this down for the winter. It's got beautiful plants in here that'll come back next year. Yeah, we'll mulch it down so the leaves can stay, keep the ground warm, nice and warm, and take up all this stuff. I'm surprised this plant is still living. I am really surprised that this plant is still out here in the cold. It must be a cold weather plant because baby, she is still living. And I mean, she is thick as fire. Look at that. She don't like the heat, though. I didn't know that. She was brown and she was falling back. But look at that. That's in a pot, y'all. And that plant is still thriving. So we're going to be doing a little work here, little by little. I'm not going to, worry myself. Oh, that one got hit. That got hit by the frost. The cannons are not going to last. But, they'll come back next year. They will definitely come back. And they will come back with so much force because I see they sisters coming through here already. New babies. This whole area is going to Glad that's bricked in though, because these things will take over some stuff. But so they'll come back. I am all about that. Can they come back? Because I'm not going to keep doing this every year. What I want to do is walk out here and see green stuff growing everywhere. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to prep these bags today. I'm going to go have some tea and come back out here and prep these plants before nightfall. And y'all look at this. Oh, she's soft too. She's nice and soft. She's probably ready to come off of there. Let's take her off. Look at that. That's the largest. She's a beauty. She's a beauty. I love that for me. These are some ones I got off yesterday. And these are my lettuce, kale, bok choy, and spinach towers. So I'm expecting some green stalks to come in. So I'm going to go quickly. I need to get soil, and maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I cannot do it all in a day, right? We cannot do it all in a day, okay? But we can work every day, right? Y'all see this lettuce though? Let me show y'all this lettuce growing at the bases. I put some more seeds in there so they can grow while this lettuce is growing, because I'm going to cut this, come get these leaves, cut and come again. But these don't come again. This is actually romaine. Romaine, once it finishes, you just cut it off and it is what it is. So I got some more lettuce coming up behind it, because it's going to end its own life after a while. And we're going to take it and we're going to have a nice salad and some eggs and some tuna and whatever, right? We eat over here and we're going to eat what we have. We're going to eat what we have. I have a rack I'm putting up in here now. I'm actually going to put potatoes up there. I am really impressed with my container garden. It is doing its thing. Black tea. That's what I'm having. Let me go inside though, because it is cold out here. My girls are over here getting some good calcium. They got some food, and I gave them all them roselle leaves so they can have some good veggies, some good vitamin C. Because that plant gives off, and their eggs, their shells need that vitamin C. Y'all thirsty? Huh? Well, I want to know why somebody pooped in the water container, though. Why y'all go and do that? All right, y'all. That's all I have for today. Hope you enjoyed the video. Until next Monday's observation, talk to you soon. Bye for now.